Hey everybody. Play Doom. I love Doom. But sadly, I've never actually completed Doom 1 or 2. Like Doom 3 and up is where most of my Doom experience is. Like I know the first couple episodes let me get my dad. But like I'm really a Doom novice in this kind of, because I've played this when I was a kid. But like yeah, I'm not very forgot how you get out there. Alright, let's go back. Let's see if there's like a wall or something we can open. I feel like this opens. Like this window. What's up, Smoke Break? What should you ask Phil's wife? You should ask about the Corolla wheel. That's what inquiring minds want to know. What happened to the Corolla wheel? I don't remember this room at all. What did you open? Guess you opened this. There's the cheap shit you know about. Chainsaw. How old was I? 93. I was 7 when this game came out. Yeah, this Fort White update is wild. He must be playing on very easy. He got hit with a fireball and did no damage. That's not how Doom works. I'm playing on Ultraviolence, which is one down from the top difficulty. Top difficulty is Nightmare, but I don't like playing on Nightmare. Strictly because like Nightmare has like respawning enemies and you can never actually explore the levels. I'm not a big fan of respawning enemies. Like I didn't like it in like Duke Nukem 64 because I always played on like Come Get Some because of that simple fact. Again, like if you come here just to bash like Phil's wife, it's not gonna happen, man. Like, if you don't like the way that Phil's wife looks, I have some good news for you. She's not your wife. Like, this is why people ask, like, why do people don't share things with you? It's because of reactions like this. So thank you, but no thank you. I remember as a kid, there was a way to get the chain gun in this level. The reason I said I was playing on ultraviolence is because of somebody said, "Oh, the Amp's fireball only did 3% damage." Well, one, there's an armor system, and two, like the way Doom has very heavy RNG. Doom's what the fuck just shot at me? Like an Amp fireball can do anywhere from 3 to 24 damage. Not it without armor. Right? Because, like, there's always a system where, like, oh, armor is a thing. So if you have no armor and the RNG works right, an Imp Fireball can do 24 damage. False? No, that's not false. That's from Decenio. Like, I watch it. There's a guy's YouTube channel I've watched religiously on old school Doom, which is funny since I never actually play the old school Dooms, which I'm playing right now. I seriously remember there being a way to get a chain gun here, but I might be dumb. Oh well. Okay, let's find something new. Hey, Orlay, you think it'll be caught tonight? Download on my PC right now. Maybe a little later. I just got up. I went. Kelly laid down, and I went and laid down too because I wasn't feeling it earlier. Now I'm kind of lost. Good thing we got a map. Go up here, go across, go down, over here, here, and here's level 8. Get hit with a fucking... poorly on that level. It's the door we came in. First part. I threw the pinky and the specter at you like that. Alright. So we got one. Where did we get a rocket at? I need to get a system that can host these older games. What do you mean, Ben? That Pinky might invite? Damn, that Spectre came out of nowhere. Here's a yellow key card. Am I thinking... There's this big server tower here. I'm like... Is this the word name? Ultra, what's poppin', Pimp? We played the new game for the bit. How about the new Wolfenstein game? Dude, I love first-person shooter games. Especially first-person campaign-based shooters, but yeah. I've played the new Colossus and the New Order and the Old Blood. And dude, there was a period where I played nothing but Doom 2016 and Doom fucking Eternal. Like, I knew if shit like this happened in Quake that meant a secret. Or like if like some kind of walls ajar. Not sure. Like, I keep hearing, like, I don't know what I'm hearing. How do we get to that? Like, something keeps opening and closing. Get rid of these barrels. Oh yeah, I platinum Quake 2. Fuck, I love Quake 2. Like, that's a game I'm good at. Now, Quake 2, I'm good at Quake 2. Especially since I learned that you can, hotkey the weapons. I feel like there's a secret in this room. I might be wrong. Like, why did somebody... Oh, this room had the yellow key card. Okay. We'll go back out. We'll go back out. Wingo, what's your thoughts on spam? Yay or nay? You talking about the food, or you talking about like internet spam? I don't like the food spam. No time to watch, pop it in, have fun, pimp. Thank you, Miss Shimina. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good day. You're my favorite sound, but I'm drunk. Big ups. Hey, Sleeve. At least you're at home watching me and not out drinking and driving. Play some old school music. If I remember correctly, there was an imp. Yeah, here's an imp up here. And if you go down here, this raises the whole floor up. Alright, so as a kid, I remember there being a pinky over here. Two zombie men. Like, I don't know why I remember this level so vividly, but like... There we go. So we get the blue key now. Oh, the blue key went across the way here. Let's see. XD. What type of hobbies do you enjoy? Gaming is my hobby, man. That's my hobby. My career for the most part. Like, I'm happiest when I can, like, be by myself and I can just, like, have something going on in the background and going through a game for the first time. Like, the one thing I struggle with is talking while playing. Like, that's something I had to keep reminding myself to do. So, like, I need to, like, take a breath and, like, look over. I know a lot of you are either too young for this game initially. And it might be boring as fuck to you, but like this is what those old school boomer shooters. Like this is I was alive when Doom came out. Like I was playing video games when Doom came out. I remember looking at Doom being like, I'll never have a PC capable of running Doom. That's a thought I had in my life at one point because they used to have like these cool commercials of Doom where like you had this preacher talking about the hell and is that no fucking secrets. I remember thinking Id never had a PC strong enough for Diablo 2. I don't think the pinky actually can come down. So he's fair game. Oh, that's open back up? Okay. So if you jump down, you just SOL. I remember if you... Because I remember there was a chain gun in one of the last two levels. But if you didn't, here's the chain gun. Okay, how am I locked in here? Okay. Let's go look. Dude, I just killed a guy named Zealot Benel, and I've read the guy's name like his burnout like 5 times. He must be at the end of the game. Do I like square body Chevy trucks? Never could drive them. Like, the steering wheel didn't have, like, the tilt column back in the day. So, like, they mainly came in, like, single cabs. So I never really could drive the square bodies. I always liked the way they looked. I can't say I love the way they looked, but like I never could actually drive them. For anybody out there watching that's actually interested in the gameplay at all, the green guys are called zombie men. The black ones are called shotgunners. Obviously, the black ones have shotguns. The zombie men have pistols. They look like they have rifles, but realistically, they have pistols. Trying to ration the bullets out. Old chain gun. Whoa, whoa. What's crazy is like the imp makes the sound of like the fucking seeker drones from like Duke Nukem, and I'd never realized that. Like one of the wake up sounds is like the seeker drone. Oh my lord. Got a health regardless. My armor took huge damage though. Mr. Binky is called lagging. Box of rockets. Another level down, boys. We're entering the Phobos Lab. Any room for one more fantastic map? This is not a well. Actually, this is a multiplayer game. Like you can Actually, there's trophies on this game to play multiplayer, but you gotta play that on Nightmare. Trying to blow the barrel up. Let's go with the chain gun. Man, you might need more electrolytes and salt rails. Seek medical advice. Can you give your voice a little bit louder than the game? It's hard to hear you. I can just turn the game down. Let me turn the game down here too, because I can barely hear myself talk. Dude, I keep thinking a secret drone is coming for me. Because like when you hear that noise in Duke Nukem 64, which I have a lot more time into with like build engine games, there's usually like a drone that's going to come and kamikaze you. Come on, Pinks. We'll grab these shotgun shells over here. secret area. That's a partial invisibility, right? Let's quick save. Yeah. Where did I teleport me to? Okay. So much for partial invisibility. I remember there's armor right at the back here, yeah. Let's go and grab that. Whoa! Whoa! Look at this fucking trap. Oh, get me out of here. Look at this trap! Holy moly. Let's quick load that. Alright, so we know that trap's coming. What's this over here? Okay. No, thank you. That's that shit. That's that From Software shit right there. Where, like, if you know it's coming, it's not that big a deal. But if you don't know it's coming, it's about to butcher the fuck out of you. Look at this horse shit. I bet you that John Romero is just sitting there like, yeah, fuck them. This right here will teach him to play my game. It's like, whoa, son. That's just unfair. Like, what you do is just spawn 15 fucking enemies on top of me. It's like right here, it's like, Okay, so we got a mega armor. Oh. I really want that mega armor. Is it fucked up that some of my earliest memories are playing this game? Not really. Like, Doom is... It's not the first first-person shooter. What was the first first-person shooter? I'm sure there's something like on Atari that would be considered the very first first-person shooter. But Doom revolutionized first-person shooters. Oh, thank you. Is there something I'm supposed to be getting in here? press that button and the columns distracted me. A floating head stream, yeah. I like playing games in the dark. Oh, where the fuck am I supposed to go? We're in a good spot right here. We'll save. Says there's a whole outside area over here. I got the chainsaw. There's the teleporter. I didn't realize I could just walk across. I mean, id Software made Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake, so... Wolfenstein, wasn't that the first person shooter? Like modern day first person shooter? Is that what I was thinking about? Peekaboo. Whoa, Spectre. What just opened? This long dark hallway feels like there should be a secret here. So nice of you to make it so that room you can't see in at all. Look at this fucking room, dog. Look at the state of this shit. This is where Doom did not give a fuck if you had epileptic seizures. Here's the exit to the level. Another pinky right behind him. No, I haven't. I really do want to play Rogue City. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and pay $40 for it. Central processing. I'm just happy to be able to see again. The Mars base has gotten a lot of poison on it. I don't know why it is. It reminded me of a movie called Stranded. You guys ever watch it? No, nobody's watched fucking Stranded. Only my dumb ass has watched it. Well, used to be a movie on Netflix called Stranded. I don't know if it's there anymore. But it was about this like mission to Mars, and like when they entered the atmosphere of Mars, their shuttle messed up. But it was going to take like 7 years for them to have a rescue pod sent to them because they had like train astronauts and everything, and they didn't have enough supplies for 7 years. Hello. So like they're doing all this stuff on Mars, and they're trying to like figure out how to survive, and then like they eventually give up and just go walking, and they find like this ancient alien series of tunnels that they can actually breathe air in because it creates oxygen. Now it's a strange fucking movie, and I don't know why I just thought about that. Well, I know because like Phobos is a base that sits on Mars, but it made me remind me of Stranded. So we got the red card. Where we started at. I watched the David Koresh jamming out the other day. I can't remember why music was mid to say the best. Pimpin' like David Koresh was. Fucking pinkies. Need a yellow key to open that door. So we have red. Hello. And there's a blue key door back here? Okay. What's over here while we got the radiation suit? Anything? Nothing? I did not expect nothing. That's yellow. Another yellow gore. Yeah. So yellow, yellow. So here. This is central processing again, so we didn't go over here. Here's a red door as well. So my question is, how many enemies are going to pop out as soon as I touch that fucking blue key? You know it's coming. Nothing? Nothing? Okay, that was unexpected. Okay, where was that door? Over here. Backpack full of this open. Well, where did I get the yellow key at? Apparently I have the yellow key now. Okay, how do I get out of this room? Let's go see if something's back here. Yeah, there's something back here. Pinky. You were so much easier on Doom 64. What did you do? Game's so intuitive. Okay. Did we get behind the yellow door? Yeah, we did. So we flipped this switch, which I don't know what the fuck it did. Warren, dude, thank you for the $20. See, what's up, Wings? Hope all's well. Was happy to see your name up as streaming. Had a long day. Well, thank you, dude. And you know the bitch closed behind me. Dude, thank you for the $20, Warren. What was bad about your day? I spent most of my day at the fucking hospital. Which, you know. It's nice that they fixed my wife, but I can tell you, like, hospitals are cold and fucking boring, and you're never sure what you can do. Because, like, the hospital my wife was at, like, all the wings are, like electronically locked, so, like, people can't come in and out of them. And, like, all the vending machines are on the other side of electronic locks, and, like, yeah, they'll let you in and out, but I feel like I'm being a burden on fucking the nurses. Wanting to go to the fucking snack machine. And you know your boy Jordy snacks. This shit. Come on. What the fuck? Come on, Anger Golem, let it rip. Oh my lord. And they don't give you one single box of ammo? That's that trash tier shit right there. Alright, computer station. Believe it or not, Doom gets easier as you play it. Because, like, I think in, like, episode... Like, later episodes, you get more, like, Barons of Hell and shit like that. And Hell Knights. You don't have all these fucking hit scanners. Keep hearing pinkies. Where they at? Let's see if War made a response. I remember those clips of Cat off of his gourd doing stand-up and freestyling. The whole time it was around, he slapped this dude at Target. See, Cat Williams, I think there's a bunch of gun charges guys a little out there. You could say this about Cat Williams. Like, you could say that he's out there, but the motherfucker never really lied to you. I believe what Cat Williams says over a lot more other people out there in Hollywood. Cat got beat up by a 16-year-old on video. I mean, Cat 5'5", you know, 125 pounds. Like, I wouldn't go as far as say as Cat Williams is like a UFC fighter material. Some dudes ain't fighters. Back this way, no. Is there like a boss enemy at the end of Knee Deep in the Dead? Because, like, realistically, this is supposed to be like, oh no, the Mars Phobos base has been took over. Which they did a way better job at portraying and think, hey Lou, do things for the $10, man. Appreciate it. So they did a way better job portraying this in like Doom 3. Not to say like Doom 3 is better than regular Doom. I guess story-wise it's easy to say that. I just don't like the Doom Marine in Doom 3. I guess that's why canonically Doom 3 is not considered canon. It's kind of like its own standalone timeline. And like this is the anger golem we all know and love. The Doom Slayer. Doom on Switch is way better. Wouldn't it be the exact same thing? Hey, Cowie. You wanna come on stream for a little bit? I can.
You can't?
I said I can. Dude, I am completely lost, by the way. Like the only way I know that I'm making progress is that new enemies pop up. It's like, oh, there's enemies here. I haven't been here before. This is the very start of the level. Why does Phil Derek to spam and not allow anyone else to question his weird behavior? My big thing with Derek is like in the dude, like he's obviously a sexual pervert, but like it doesn't run much deeper than that, or am I just like looking too much into it? But a lot of dudes like fucking Derek are harmless. Like most of them are. Like they live in a world where like pornograph is the thing. Can you turn that light on, baby? Here, put it on big camera for you. Here's Kelly, boys.
Oh, I'm alive! But only because my husband's quick, thoughtful actions. What's happening? Thanks, guys. I think the world kind of missed me. It was really weird. I'm actually feeling a lot better today than I have in years. Oh, thanks, guys. Like I said, I'm feeling a lot better. Jordy's actually taken excellent care of me. I think it speaks volumes how sick I was that like they immediately took me back to the ER and like there was no question I had a team of doctors on me. So
Rip my bank account.
really?
Yeah.
This is what you want to say right now as I'm praising you how well you were and how wonderful you were. Kind of realize it's our bank account, right?
Yeah, I know it's our bank account.
Okay.
But we need to have a ceremony for it. Maybe give it a funeral pyre.
Well, I mean, that's not all. Like, in the middle of this, scammers freaking...
Oh, I ain't even told him about that yet.
It's crazy.
She's in the hospital, in the ICU, and scammers somehow figure out her card number and take like $600 out of our account. And for like, what was it? It was FanDuel. And FanDuel and DoorDash. So we had to deal with the bank with that, so we had to put our fraud department on.
Oh, I thought you were weighing.
When I can.
Oh, it's okay. I officially lost 30 pounds. Probably not the way to do it.
418.8. I've been up for a second. We trying to hit that parlay, yeah.
I'm just like, they didn't even invite me to do it with them.
Yeah, I was like sitting there with Kelly, like, well, somebody's gambling and eating on our dime tonight.
Mm-hmm. I swear, y'all, I can't take a shower. That's why my head looks like this.
You can take a shower.
I can't yet.
Oh yeah, you got those things on.
Yeah, so don't act like I'm lying.
She got a sponge bath.
Trust me. As soon as I can, though, this is going away. That's the plan. I'm alive. Oh, thank you. So, I don't know how many know this. Quick recap. I went in for weight loss surgery for my diabetes, and I ended up with ketosis. And yeah, other than that, it's a pretty serious thing if you look it up. You know, honestly, I've not even been eating. So, but that's it. We're gonna let him come back in now. That's not the emotional support dog.
Grayson is 100% emotional support
The
animal.
emotional support dog is barking right now.
Grayson's way sweeter than Bailey.
Then Bailey?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Bailey, you hear this mess? Alright guys, thanks so much. Thanks for the concern. See, I'm alive.
Dude, Kelly is going to be a skinny legend here in about a month. She's already dropped like, what, 30 pounds since the weight loss surgery?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to be like 150 by the end of February easily.
Mm. Oh, good times. Alright guys, we're gonna let him come back. I'm probably gonna go drink some water. Lay down a little while.
I think you had another Gatorade in there.
I do.
Cool.
I know. I can drink water sometimes.
Okay.
It's a little thing I do.
I think Tommy and Boogie want to do a recording today. So if you want me to go to Walmart, you gotta let me know in advance.
I ain't even gonna go there with you with that.
Hey, trust me. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Uh-huh. Alright. Peace out, y'all. I'm gonna drink some water and go lay down a little while. Bye.
Oh. Alright. We back in the Doom world, boys. That scared the shit out of me. Let's proceed to stay lost in the computer. Takashi, I didn't see the thumbnail you made me. By the way, dude, thank you for the extra $5, man. Appreciate the love, dude. Thank you so much. My Am I missing something here? Got bullets. Alright, so like the room? Is that just a window? Honestly, I've never really played past like episode 1 of either Doom 1 or 2. Like, here's the thing. When I was a kid, you might not notice looking at the game right now, but Doom was not released in its current state when it came out. Like, Doom in its current state, they released it in like episodes. Like, that's why it says, like, here it says E1M7. They would release like 8 maps and sell that to you, and then they would release like 8 more like 3 months later or some shit like that. And then they released this thing called shareware, which would basically be like 2 of the missions of the 8 to try to get people to buy the Dooms. I'm completely lost. So this game didn't come all out in one big package. Like, you had to buy it in sections. So we have a red key. Let's go over here. Here. Oh, here's a red door, which has a blue key on it. We've seen a blue door. I think there's a blue door. Here. Here's the exit. That door doesn't open. I think that opened the door. It's funny because imps are like my least feared enemy, and they're supposed to be an upgrade from the chain gunners. Filthy hell, you Doom! Here's the last mission of the first campaign. Phobos Abnormality. Hello. Can these guys not get to me? That right there is just a map designer having some fun with the map. I think they were all supposed to explode. I hear you, Pinkies. No, no shitter got between him and Christine. They're loading me up with some reason. Who's in a hotel? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'm about to die. Quick load. Alright, so we know what we're up against now. Let's bring the rocket launcher out. Okay. Chain gun, maybe. Okay. Okay, so this isn't lava. Oh, I thought the map was moving. Is it moving up? Okay. What are we supposed to do now? Whoa! Knee deep in the dead. Beat all the levels and knee deep in the dead. Cool. Once you beat the big badasses and clean out the moon base, you're supposed to win, aren't you? Aren't you? Where's your fat reward and your ticket home? What the hell is this? It's not supposed to end this way. It stinks like rotten meat, but looks like the lost Demios base. Looks like you're stuck on the shores of hell. The only way out is through. To continue through the Doom experience, play the Shores of Hell and its amazing sequel, Inferno. I beat the first episode. Like I said, they released this game in like 3 episodes, and then they added a 4th episode later, like almost a year later. Michael Peterson. Oh, Mitchell Peterson. I think that's Sandy Peterson. Normally. They had 4 QA testers for fucking Doom. So we can do new game, Shores of Hell. Ultraviolence. So we don't have to, because you got a pistol started. Got an upside down cross here. So like this is supposed to be hell back in 1993. I mean to do that. I bet for people that were sitting there waiting, this was a palpable moment where it's like, oh yeah, I got the shotgun back. They played Knee Deep in the Dead probably 8 times at this point. Here I am having to wait 10 seconds to play the new episode. So I guess we just gotta like that. I think that lowered something on the other side there. Maybe here? Fucking Cacodemon? Cooking with plasma. Alright, cool. I watched the Doom movie with Rock in it, and it was based off this game. Or am I thinking something? Lou, it was based off this game. The only problem I have with like the movie with the Rock in it is like they seriously didn't really do enough. Like you didn't even go to hell in like in the Doom movie. The second movie, Annihilation, was a little better. But I feel like they could do a Doom movie so much better than this. And I don't know why they haven't tried it out. Maybe because fucking Judge Dredd failed. But like, I don't know if you guys ever seen the new Dredd film with like Carl Urban. New Dredd film with Carl Urban is fucking chef's kiss. Such an awesome movie. If you haven't watched it, turn my fucking boring ass stream off and go watch that movie. But that's how they should do a Doom movie, like Dredd. Like he barely talks. He has his persona about him, right? Shit, put Carl Urban as the Doomslayer, right? But like, stop with the whole like needing a backstory and caring about Phobos and all this other shit. Like, yeah, you can have it there, but be it like Doom 2016, where like most people don't know what the fuck's going on in Doom 2016, right? The guy he's in this crate. He opens it up and demons are trying to kill him, and he just starts tearing people apart. Like, the Doomslayer is not supposed to be. Well, let me reiterate this. The Doomslayer in Doom 1, 2, and 64 is the same person, right? He's a human marine that has hell PTSD, but like he's very good at what he does. After Doom 64, he after he kills the brood mother, he ascends to be a Night Sentinel, and he gets godlike powers, right? So that's why he's so much different in Doom 2016. Is like he's trained in the way of the Night Sentinels to like protect worlds, and he's given almost godlike powers. So he's faster, in everything like that, faster, stronger, jump higher. But you can't jump at all in this game. But and then they seal him away, like until needed, and then like he is found, and like his predator suit's found by like people diving into hell again after so many years. And the demons are afraid of him. Like, they write scriptures of the Doomsayer and like all Doomslayer and all this other things. But like, you should do a Doomslayer version where he's already a Night Sentinel, and not like the Marine human version. All right. Yeah, the Doom movie 100% was taking place from Doom 3, which Doom 3 is not even considered canon anymore. So take with that what you will. Hey, Mr. Cacodemon. Cacodemon is one of those fun words to say. Cacodemon. Really out of shotgun ammo? Entering containment area. Why do they have UAC boxes in hell? I always found it funny that Doom 64 is canonically Doom 3. Not that I'm hating, because Doom 64 is my favorite. Up until this point, it's the only one I fucking beat. But to be realistically, Doom 64 was the only one that that I had access to as a kid. Because, like, I was, like, 7 or 8 when these games came out. And, like, Doom 64 came out in, what, 96? 97? So I was starting to get more and more into, like, shooters and things of that nature. Because you did... any fucking ammo right now, bud. Mm. Hmm. How do I get to that shotgun right there? Glad I caught the stream. It's been a minute. You look a lot smaller. Keep it up, goat. Well, I'm not smaller because like I still got another 14 pounds to shave off before I was at my fighting weight with Boogie. But I'm at Boogie's starting weight a week in, so I'm doing well. Especially since, you know, my wife had to fucking have an ICU trip. So I'm like really not on my Ozempic at this exact moment. I wish I found that secret area a second ago when I actually had a shotgun. It's her. Eat a dick. I need to get this shotgun game. Shotgun, chain gun, anything? One of the things that made Doom a testament is the fact that you can pistol start any level and actually do it. This level right now is testing the fuck out of that theory. Oh no. Oh, fuck me. Oh, yeah, most likely. Like, our deductibles paid up, like, because our deductible's $1,500 for the year. So, like, Kelly's weight loss surgery, we had to pay $2,100 up front because it's considered elective. So, like, that's our elective deductible. So, like, we have our deductible paid, but so everything else should be 100%, but we're on a 80-20 plan. Right, so like we're going to have to pay 20% of whatever the bill is. I'm assuming Kelly's visit is going to cost us about $250,000, and after insurance takes over and talks the hospital down and everything, I'm probably going to be on the hook for about $8,000. So I figured I'll probably owe about $8,000. That's just my guess. Mighty Kaiser, do you like cars? Dan, I actually make more than the average South Carolinian. So like, I make, between me and Kelly together, we make like 80-90,000 a year. Like, because like my money's going up, and it's gonna be based on that. Like, I'm gonna say I made 45,000 last year, and this year I might make 65,000, depending on what the locale podcast does. So I actually make more than the average South Carolinian. So like there is no help in my state for that kind of stuff, because the average medium income for South Carolina is 22,000. Yeah, that's for the entire state. We're a red state. We're a poor southern state. Hey Dan, thank you for the $10. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for the loyalty, dude. Biden 2024 FR, like it red has some to do with it, but it doesn't. Like red states generally have lower. Um, Here's the theory with red states. Red states use like the trickle down economics theory, and they have a super low like base pay. Like the federal minimum wage in red states is the minimum wage, right? So if you go work at like McDonald's right now, they'll start you off at like $7.50, which is 25 cents higher than the minimum wage. And they do that so they can say, "Oh, we don't pay minimum wage." But if you go right now and work at McDonald's, you can't afford a Big Mac combo on an hour of work. Right? And they do this because it attracts businesses like Ithaca and like Boeing and like Mercedes. Like, you might not know this, but like a lot of stuff for like Mercedes Benz is made here in South Carolina. But they don't pay shit. Right? Like if you go work at a factory job right now, you might make, if you're lucky, $18-20 an hour and get health benefits. But, you know, $20 an hour. So I think $13 an hour is what, 30,000 a year. So like 20 would be like $41,000 a year, something like that. Would you get a sedan if you saved up 20K? Here's the thing, Mighty Kaiser. First off, don't buy a Kia. Don't buy a Kia. Fuck any of the, like, I hate to be like this. Don't buy any Korean car. Right? If you want to buy anything Korea, buy a Samsung TV. Don't buy a car from Korea. Second, don't buy an Audi. That's a Volkswagen for the most part. Volkswagens are piles of junk. The whole German engineering thing and shit like that. No, they're German engineered, Brazilian made, at least in America. And Volkswagen hates anything to do with you working on your car. Like, here's a fun fact: if you change the radio out in a Volkswagen, your car might not start. Like, if you want a dependable car, like, and you don't care how boring it is, you go Toyota. Toyota makes the most boring fucking cars on the planet, but they're dependable, right? Like, if you want some fun and dependability, you get like a get like a mid 2000s fucking Ford, right? Like 2000, like a 2011 Ford Taurus. Mwah, chef's kiss. Fast, fun, and you can play around with it. Yeah, like Honda is good too, but like here's the thing: like the whole Japanese makes the best cars isn't universal, right? There's tiers to that shit. Toyota makes the most dependable cars on the road, right? Honda, some models, right? Honda's not known for their transmissions. Honda also doesn't like being cheap. So like if you buy a Honda, you better put Honda fluid in it or it's going to fucking eat itself, right? Nissan, Nissan is the car equivalent of going to play and having a retirement plan being the local gas station lottery, right? Nissan makes junk, but they make junk at high interest rates that they'll give anybody a loan. That's Nissan. I was about to call it by Nissan is Japanese Dodge, right? Like like if you go to look at like any kind of like worst cars out there, it's going to be dominated by Volkswagen, Dodge, and Nissan. Dominated by it, right? The reason Kia's not on there is because Kia just gets stolen. Kia and Hyundais just get stolen. That's what they do. They just get stolen. No, Dodge trucks are trash too. Dodge trucks are bottom of the tier trash. I always make fun of people with Dodge because you see a lot of Dodge around here in South Carolina, and people are like so proud they'll put like American flags on their fucking Dodge truck and shit like that. I'm like, the Dodge brothers ain't touched that truck in a long time. That's the finest, Italian. That's the finest Italian engineered, Mexican made truck I've ever seen in my life. Because Dodge trucks are engineered by Fiat, which is an Italian company known for making go-karts. What go-karts? Not actual go-karts, but like little fucking cars that make like 60 horsepower. And they're made in Mexico, right? And they're owned by a company called Stellantis. Like all Dodge does is they put the biggest distribution engine into something and put a piece of junk around it that falls apart. Dodge is the worst car company out there. There's a reason, like, there's a subreddit called HEEP, which is HEEP, which is like making fun of people who own Jeeps. I mean, they put the Hellcat engine in a fucking minivan. What about Yugo? Yugo don't make cars no more, man. Toyota Camry is a very safe suggestion. Two caveats of the Toyota Camry. If you're going to get a Toyota Camry, get at least a 2018. But they didn't start with Apple CarPlay until 2019. But if you're going to go that way, you're going to pay 20 grand for a 100,000 mile example. You're going to pay a premium for Toyota. My suggestion to you as a young man is to go out there and get yourself a fucking 2000 Buick. Go find somebody's grandma's car with a 3800 V6 in it. It's going to get 20 miles to the gallon. It's going to be slow as the day is long. And it's going to have no fucking features. But you know what it will have? A $2,000 price tag and reliable. Because, like, my advice to all young men, which granted I have a truck right now with a truck payment, so, like, do as I say, not as I do. But cars are a depreciating asset. Like I frequent like the Silverado Reddit and like other places like here. Like you might not notice, but like if you look back here, like you see this cup. Like you get this for owning a Chevrolet for like almost 20 years, right? Like this is something. This is an actual thing. Made in the USA. This is for people who've been loyal to Chevrolet for a long time. Being a member of that kind of stuff. I forgot what I was just talking about. Oh, but my advice to everybody, because when people buy, they'll go out there and they'll buy a $50,000 truck, and their first question is like, what should I do to it? Nothing. Make the payment. Because, like, until that truck is paid off, it's a debt. And it's not an asset. And, like, you don't want to go spending $3,000 on something that you might not make it to the end of the payments on, right? Because it only takes some idiot to not pay attention to fucking crush your shit and not have insurance, right? Fun fact, my niece got into a wreck just yesterday. We had a very bad storm yesterday, and like the roads were icy. It was raining, almost sleeting. Winds were super high, like 50, 60 miles an hour. And she was going to work, and she drives this pile of junk Suzuki something. I don't even know what the fuck it is. It's one of the very first like SUV car things. Well, she hydroplanes and hits this guy's brand new F-150. $75,000 worth of F-150. And her $2,000 piece of shit Suzuki. And she has liability. So I'm glad she's my niece and not my daughter. I'm gonna put it out there right now. Because like that's a whole can of worms I want nothing to do with. Because what's going to happen is the insurance company is going to pay $25,000 for the F-150, $50,000 for any medical bills, and then her mama going to get sued. Like that's what's going to happen. Because like what she has cannot cover that F-150. Because an F-150, a used F-150 goes for about $66,000 right now, and all she's insured for is $25,000. So the guy is going to have to use his own insurance to fix his truck or replace his truck, and then his own insurance is going to turn around and sue her mother as her guardian for the excess amount they had to pay to their client. That's how that works. If you don't carry enough insurance, they come after you, right? That's why me and Kelly, we carry 100, 300, 100. And I do that, and I pay more each individual period. But if Kelly gets out there and plays bumper car with a brand new Hummer, I'm not on the hook for $100,000. You know what I'm saying? Being underinsured is almost at the same level as having no insurance. Cars are expensive right now. Oh, 100% was her fault. She can't drive. And she shouldn't have been on the road yesterday with the weather. But, you know, she had to go to work. It's a little bit of everybody's fault. Like, the place she works at wanted her to go to work. And when she got off work, it was late. And and the roads were piles of shit. And, like, the weather was bad. And her car is old. And she put cheap tires on her car. Like, there's a whole lot of mistakes that were made that ended up having her hydroplane. Like, people, that's another thing I want to tell people. Don't cheap out on brakes or tires, ever. If you find yourself with some ling-lings, you're an accident waiting to happen. And ling-lings are an actual tire, by the way. That's not me being racist. There's an actual tire called ling-lings. I just go to say, if your tires are so fucking cheap and off-brand that there might be American words on there misspelled, you might want to reconsider them. Get you some Michelins. get you some Michelins. Hey, Grayson. Go down. Go down. Kyle drives a 2013 Camaro Super Sport. Woody drives a 2018 F-150 Platinum. Does Grayson have toys? Yes. He has 3 cat towers, a whole box of toys he ignores completely, and he'd rather play with the box that they're in. Like, Grayson is happiest playing with a bag. Yokohamas are good tires. Yokohamas are very good tires. But I'm just saying, you get what you pay for. Go to the places like Tire Rack and look up reviews, right? Generally, Goodyear, most of the time suck in the wet. Michelin, like to me, like Michelin and like Yokohama are probably the 2 best tires you can put out there. I only run 3 company of tires. I'll run a Continental, I'll run a Michelin, and I'll run a Yokohama. And it's usually depending on what it is, right? Like on the Impala, I'll usually run Yokohamas on the Impala. Whereas like my truck has Michelin Defenders, right? It all depends on what application I'm using the car in. Like there's a fourth, and I don't mind running a Pirelli, but Pirellis are very expensive and very sticky, soft compound tires. So they're more performance based. Well, at the end of the day, Raptors are cool as fuck. The Raptor is the king of the truck. I'm gonna put it out there. Like for somebody that uses a truck like a metrosexual male like myself, Raptor's the king of the truck, right? It's got a 460 horsepower V6 engine. It's got like 5 inches extra width. It's got wider tires. It's got huge travel suspension, and it sounds cool as fuck, right? But it can't really pull anything. It's not really useful for more than getting groceries on the bed. You know, it's basically a car in a truck form. If you're going to get a truck, get a V8. Depends on the application. Brother Kellerman, the engine don't mean shit, like for the most part, right? There's so much more that goes into a truck than just the engine. Right? Like people buy a truck that think, oh, I'm just going to look at horsepower. Horsepower don't mean shit. Horsepower doesn't mean shit, right? Horsepower is just what the peak energy it is. For example, I know you guys don't give a fuck, but this is what I'm passionate about. I love cars. My truck makes 355 horsepower, but it makes 355 horsepower at 5,600 RPM. How often are you sitting at 5,600 RPM? Right? Never. You're never sitting there, right? Peak horsepower and torque is way up in the band. Right? So what's going to happen is if I load my truck up with like 8,000 pounds behind it, it's going to be screaming at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM to pull it. And it's going to eat through the gas. Right? So like people look at that and they have that mindset of like, oh, you get a truck, get a V8. Like Chevrolet has this new engine called the Turbo Max coming out. It's a 2.7. It's a really big 4-cylinder with a turbo. That thing puts out 460 pounds of torque at 1,500 RPM. So that same engine will pull that 8,000 pounds at 3,000 less RPM. So like it'll sit around 2,000, 2,200 RPM, pulling that same 8,000 pounds as my V8 5.3 will, and get probably 5 or 6 miles per gallon better to doing it. but it makes 310 horsepower versus my V8 that makes 355 horsepower. The issue is it makes the horsepower quicker in the power band, right? What your power band is actually what's important. Like where does your transmission and engine deliver that power at? And because like if you ever noticed like really slow cars, for example, like a naturally aspirated Ford Focus, like a little 2-liter 4-cylinder, they feel really quick 0 to like 30. That's because they're geared like really tightly from like 0 to 30, right? And then they have very long, like arduous gears everywhere else to get better gas mileage, right? So like when you get up to like 55, 60 miles an hour, you might as well judge your speed with a sundial. Buy a Huffy bike, put a car in the spoke. Yeah. Well, Cummins is actually getting fucked up right now by the government because like Cummins has been cheating on their emissions to have the reliability that they've been known for lately. So Cummins might be taking a reliability hit here soon because they're going to get charged $1 billion in fines, and they're going to have to fix whatever issues they had with the air pollution. So like Cummins might be in the same realm as like Duramax and Power Stroke then, because like right now, like if you like 2 months ago, if you told me what if I only could have one diesel and I had to like bet my livelihood on it, I would have told you I want a Cummins, right? They're inline 6 diesels. They're slow as fuck, but they can pull like a train, and they last forever. Like almost damn near almost every diesel engine that's big is based off a Cummins inline 6 design. Now it's probably the Duramax. Like I don't know what the new Cummins diesel is going to look like, but I think the Duramax is probably the king of the diesels right now. First off, you don't want to tune a diesel truck for speed. Like, can you make a fast diesel truck? Yes, you can. A fast diesel truck will blow the doors off some cars. But anything that you pick up in horsepower, you're going to lose in torque. And diesels are about pulling. They're not about, racing. Honestly, mileage means nothing on a diesel. Diesels are so big and stout that as long as you keep long as you're willing to change the injectors and you make sure that they don't leak all the fucking oil out, they'll go as long as you want them to go. Like there's fucking tractor trailers that have 2 million miles on them, original engine. The 2.7 EcoBoost is a good engine. Here's a fun fact about the 2.7 EcoBoost. The 2.7 EcoBoost is faster than the GM 6.2 liter V8. The based F-150 engine is faster than the upgraded engine in the Silverado. I don't know where your guys at. Diesel around here is about $2 heavier than gas. Like if gas is sitting right now about $2.67, diesel sitting at $3.99. So it's not quite $2, but like it's about $4. My sleep schedule's probably just officially got fucked up. Nice, fresh, farm fresh. Because I laid down with my wife about 6:30 after I got off stream, and I slept till like 11:30, and now I'm here talking to you guys, sucking ass at Doom. But honestly, I've been so tired because like it's hard to sleep in a fucking hospital because like the hospital I was at, they only gave you like a recliner to sleep in, and they gave you this pillow that felt like an old fucking bubble jacket with no stuffing in it and no cover. So like I had to use like my jacket as like cover. So and then my wife had to have her blood checked every hour on the hour. So like every hour a nurse came in and woke you up. So like I didn't get very good sleep the last few days. What's up, kitty? Oh, kitty. Kitty. Mm-mm-mm. I'd be careful deleting because one, it's against the law to delete, and two, if a cop pulls you over and you're shooting black smoke, $1,500 fine. At least in the state of South Carolina. Because rolling coal is usually when you have your fuel mixture too rich, so you're burning more diesel than you need to make more power. It's just bad for the environment. People with diesel, like it's usually young boys with diesel trucks that do that shit, that want to like roll coal on shit. Again, don't put too much money into a truck. Like I've got about $800 in my truck right now. Well, actually, let's call it 1,000. Right. I bought my truck. I rhino lined the bed, and I put a toolbox on it. And then I went on like Facebook Marketplace and found some OEM like floor mats for it. And then I tinted it. That was everything I'd done to my truck. I had to put a set of tires on it about 2 years ago. So like other than making the payment, I've got about $2,000 into it, $2,200, counting the tires. But like everything I did to my truck besides the tent was for functionality, right? Because like one, I'm married to Kelly, and Kelly likes to pack the truck up, right? Like in my back seat right now, there's two pillows and a quilt for people that sit in the back seat. I'm constantly picking the back seat up and like having to put stuff in the floor, and like it's nice to be able to have those big thick rubber mats to just clean out so I don't get it into my carpet and things like that nature. And one, rhino lining looks better, and it makes your truck more utilitarian. Like I don't care what happens to the back bed of my truck. I can throw it in there. It's not going to dent. It's not going to slide around. You know, if I spill something, I can clean it out with a water hose. It's nice. And I just like having my toolbox. I like having all the stuff carry around, like ratchet sets and straps and toe straps and hooks, crowbars, and things of that nature. Like it makes my truck a truck. I also keep a first aid kit in my toolbox. I have a 2018 Silverado Z71. I think I owe $7,000 on it right now, so it's almost paid for. I think I owe 14 more payments on it. Oh, 5 years. I went 5 years, Chris. I went 5 years, and I got it right around the day I got married. So like, I got married in May. May 18th is my anniversary, by the way, for anybody out there wondering. So, and I got the truck, I think, May 2nd. So, let's see. I've already made this month's payment. So, February, March, April, May, 4. So, 4. I got 16 months left. One of my favorite stories is when you told your friend of Kyle's that his was really his E71. Yeah, Jeremy. How much a month I pay for my truck? It's about $630. But see, I traded in my Mustang. I got about 1,000 for my Mustang, and then I sold my other truck, and I got 6,000 there. So I put 7,000 down. They came off. It was $3,700. $37,000, and they came down to $32,500. And then I put $7,000 down on top of that. And at the time, I had bad credit, so my interest rate is like 10%. But I financed it for 5 years at 10% interest rate. I think I financed what did I finance? Like 26,000 after everything was said and done. And it's right around $600. I've already paid all the interest at this point. I don't know who Justice for Diamond is. Oh. Oh, but the Jeremy story. Back in 2013, the first year the PlayStation came out, I had a 2002 Silverado Z71. I had that truck for 18 years. I bought it almost when I got out of high school. I bought it in 2003. It was a 2002 leftover. And I remember going to the dealership with my mother. And I wanted a 2003. That was the first year they did cat eyes, right? But I didn't have any. I was underestablished in credit at the time, which I have good credit now, right? But even good credit now don't mean shit, right? Like if I went right now and bought a truck, I'd still probably get about 10% interest rate. Because my credit right now is 775, for anybody out there wondering. But I was underestablished because I was like 18, 19 years old. And I wanted a 2003 Silverado, but they were at a premium because the new body style just came out. And I had to make a choice. Well, I say I had to make a choice. My mother made a choice. I didn't get to make a choice. So, like, there was a 2003. It was an LS extended cab Z71 that I was looking at. And it was the cat eye, but it was a lower trim. Like, so it didn't have, like, leather seats or, like, the Bose stereo or anything like that on it. Or I could go and get the O2, and the O2 would come with, like, the premium stereo, the leather seats, the heated seats, you know, and Z71 and everything like that. But it also made, like, I don't know, 30 less horsepower or something like that. Because 2002 had a Gen 2 LS, whereas 2003 had a Gen 3 LS. So my mother ended up picking the O2. So I ended up getting a brand new O2 Silverado Z71. I remember the sticker price on it was $28,800. Loaded, extended cab, Z71, leather, the whole nine. But I had an authentic Z71, so as a kid, I learned a lot about Chevrolet trucks because I was proud of it, right? You know, as a kid, you get proud, like, oh, this is my identity like, this is my truck. Well, Jeremy, I get there, and I have and this is 12 years later, 11, 12 years later. Truck's been paid for twice over at this point. and you know, I've got it decked out, and like, matter of fact, let me look at this. They actually took my trucks in one of the new videos that people have like uncovered. I think somebody put a video up of it from Lolcow Live on the Reddit. Or was that PK? It might have been PK. Grayson, I don't want a pets right now. I love you, buddy, but I don't want a pet. Yeah, here it is. Like this truck right here is my 02 Silverado. This is my friend Stan. I used to call him Stanley Big Dollar. He had vertigo, and he's like his dad passed away, and like this is how I met him. His dad passed away, and he had a bunch of like dress clothes, and he thought I'd like them. That's my friend Kelly. Like, fun fact with this video, the reason I'm in a white T-shirt is I was supposed to have like a blazer to wear here, but the blazer didn't fit. So like instead of not doing the video, I decided like, fuck it, I'll just wear the white shirt. This is actually an Office Space parody. This is called 62,000 is what I named the video. Like, trolls love using this video because all the guns in it. Like, every gun here is one of my old guns. Yeah, but that's the truck I bought in like 2003, and I owned that from 2003 till 2020. So 17 years I had that truck. Yeah. I think it's my 1911. Yeah. But I forgot why I was even talking about this. Oh, the Jeremy story. But that was my truck. That was my 02 Silverado. So I pulled it up, and it looked almost exactly like that. You know, all rednecked out. Like, because I used to hunt and fish, and I used to have a bass boat and all this other stuff. I used to be a real outdoorsy type. Like, I worked at a factory. I like to fish on my days off. Like, my idea of going on a date was like taking the girl out in the boat, right? That's who I used to be as a young man. I was a Republican, the whole nine. I used to have the guns, the whole nine. And so Jeremy goes, "Hey, you got a Z71?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I do too," and he points to it. And I go, "No, you don't." And like, he's like, "What the hell you mean?" It says it right there on the side, because somebody took a Z71 sticker and plastered it on the side. But like, things that you could tell with like a Z71 is like, one, they have a certain stance to them, right? Like, they have skid plates, they have joist jumpers. They have bumper stops on the back of the frame. When you open the door, like all Z71s of that era had a flow through console. None of them had like the pull down console, which they do now, right? Like a Z71 now will have like the fold down console, but like back in like the 2002 era in the Generation 2s, all Z71s had the flow through console in the middle, which is like a center console with the cup holders. They had just certain things like that. And they had a 2-speed transfer case versus a 1-speed transfer case, right? This is the main difference between like a 4x4 and a Z71 is Z71s will have low range, 4x4s will only have high range. And like it crushed him because like I even proved it to him because like Chevrolets of that era have this white sticker that sits in the glove box, and that white sticker is everything that your truck was made for from the factory. And if you look down it'll tell you if you have the Z71 code. And I pointed out that he didn't have the Z71 code in his truck. Oh, he got mad as hell at Kyle. Like I remember him. He got drunk like 2 or 3 days later and got mad at Kyle about because Kyle bought that truck for him for helping him with like FPS Russia. Because Jeremy was always in like FPS Russia videos. He was either like getting tased or like doing a lot of the setup. Like Jeremy did a lot of the heavy lifting in the FPS Russia days, and Kyle like got him this Z71 truck as like a thank you for that, right? And like he was so mad that Kyle bought him a fake Z71. Yeah, Jeremy was always the guy dressed up in the boot camp videos. Like for anybody who's wondering, this is my current truck. My old man ride. Yeah, this is Bailey. Like it's Bailey photobombed me. Or Miss Bailey there using the bathroom. PJ. There's Big Rock. And my big dog. Big Rocco. Here, Bongo. Another picture of my truck here. This is with the kayak in it. Me with some cows. This is on my wife's parents' place. My wife's parents own like this farm. And they got like cows, donkeys, and stuff like that. This is when Kelly got her Explorer totaled. This guy right here basically his brakes failed, hit this car, and this car hit my wife's car with enough force to total it. I took this picture in a Walgreens parking lot, and I uploaded it to just to see if people would think it was mine. That's a trail boss. Here's me lusting after a trail boss. It's like, oh man. Oh man. The back, what totaled the Explorer was parts. Like like the insurance company at the time that it got hit, Ford had like a back, like it needed like a back gate, blind spot monitoring systems. That Explorer had like the self driving technology in it, so like it would like drive itself as long as you touch the steering wheel. So like all those things were so high on back order, they totaled it out because they didn't want to keep us in like a rental car for like 6 to 8 months. Here's my truck again in the snow, or South Carolina snow. Trying to find the one picture that everybody likes of it. For all the ladies out there, there's my wife's wedding ring and her engagement ring, because like her wedding ring is like this little piece that sits. There's a picture right here. This is her wedding ring, and her engagement ring sits right in the middle. Here's a good example why I have heavy rubber mats in my fucking truck, because of old poop paws here. Here's my truck the day I got it back from after it hit the deer. Like they just fixed it. The new shirt. Somebody sent me a shirt that says lasagna. There's nothing to show off, man. It's just a shirt that says lasagna. Like here's my old truck. This is the last picture I took of it before I sold it. New truck. This is when Kelly bought me my toy of my truck. Like she bought me a replica of my truck itself. Now you can see, like, if you look at the grill here, like Chevrolet got tired of people faking Z71s, so they added a lot more decals. Like the grill here has Z71 in it, has the sticker on the back. It has Z71 on like the center console. Like we go back here. I don't know if you guys seen it. Where was those pictures here? Like you see right here, it says Z71 RPM. Like this is a custom gauge cluster just to the Z71s. Like that kind of stuff. Yeah, visual torment, 100%. I mean, if you give me your address somewhere, I can just sign this can of chili. Like I literally have a can of Wendy's chili sitting here on my desk. Hey, Pollard. Yeah, you can buy this in a store. No, Keem is not slacking on local. Keem is pushing. Keem is doing more than his share for Locale Live. Like I just wish I could get Tommy and Boogie on the same page. Not so much as they're not willing to try. Like Boogie and Tommy are putting their best effort forward, but I feel like we need to do more in the way of like acquisiting guests and like having an open pipeline of information. Because like I want the show to be more than it is right now, and I don't think we're putting in the effort needed to get to that point. But that's just my personal opinion. Hey, you're welcome, Apollo. But like Apollo, it proves that I didn't rig the competition, right? Because like you're not even a member right now, but you remember at the time that the shirt giveaway was happening. I was gonna do more giveaways, but like nobody ever subscribed for them. Like that was the whole point. Is like to try to like drive subscribers. No, Boogie's not hard to work with. Boogie's actually a really cool person to like hang out with and talk to. Like he's maybe for me because I have a little bit of a nerdy side. Like I would like even like back then when I had like a like hunting and fishing, I like playing D&D and shit like that, and I love like playing video games. I was never into fucking anime and cartoons and shit, right? Like I was never that guy. But like I got into D&D from my buddy Kelly, and like in high school we played together. We basically it was a reason to get together and play like Mario Party on fucking the GameCube and play D&D and like just hang out with the boys. Like none of us drank or anything like that, so we just did that. I have actually never tried the canned Wendy's chili. I bought this can of Wendy's chili to do like a video for that I've never done yet. Like like what we were going to do is we're going to get the authentic Wendy's chili and make that chili, and then like have me do like a blind taste test and try to make it fun. Thorax the Impulse asks, do local podcasts have enough potential for longevity like PKA? Good question. I feel like in its current format, no. Because one of the advantage that PKA has over the local podcast is our podcast is centered around like locales and drama. And until we make slight changes, so like every episode doesn't have to be in your face, down your throat kind of content, I feel like for longevity, you got to have some type of bend, right? You got to have some give somewhere, right? And the super highly edited stuff is fun. It gets people to click. But I think long-term conversations and people identifying with you is what's going to cause it to go further. But that's one issue we're having is guests. Like since we basically blew Blade out, nobody else wants to be on the show, right? Because like they'll look at like the Blade episode to be like, is that the treatment I'm coming in for? And that was my fear when doing the Blade episode. But I agreed to do the Blade episode because Keem was yelling at us because our numbers were down. I'm like, all right, you want clicks? Give me Blade. What's a locale? A locale is basically an internet term for people that buy into it, right? Like I'm considered a locale. And the reason I'm considered a locale is because like I will fight with anybody about anything usually. And I just never go away, right? Like some people, when they get pressed, they just leave. For a long time, my house payment was tagged to this shit. So like, I don't like sleeping in the rain. So I'll deal with, some dude calling me Wingo or Richard or whatever it might be. Basically, it's somebody that you can milk for laughs, right? That's what a locale is. The problem is like a lot of locales are like people with like special needs. Like Daniel Larson is a guy with special needs. Like Johnny Elbows is a guy with special needs. Like dudes that don't know any better. And that's the sad shit, right? Like it's people like me, Blade, and Boogie. Like we're smart enough to know better. We're just gluttons for punishment. Like Boogie is super narcissistic, right? Like Boogie loves attention no matter how he gets it. Like if Boogie's having a fucking Twitter meltdown because somebody called him a pedo, he'll front that he hates it, but that motherfucker loves that shit. Any time he gets attention, he loves it and revels in it. And that's just one of his downfalls. Me, I'm very passionate about like Call of Duty. Like almost every time you see something bad about me, it's either centered around like PK, me trying to be like over the top funny, or something to do with Call of Duty, right? Like the latest two instances of me in Call of Duty was one, I kicked my longtime friend, guy who donated hundreds of dollars off my friends list. When realistically, Diamond Skittle was just some dude that filled up lobbies in Rainbow that I didn't really care about or hang out with. Like, you know, that's it really. And then like the trolls try to make it out like Wings cares about Call of Duty while wife dying in other room. It's like, one, my wife's an individual and she's hard-headed. I tried to get her to go to the ER the entire Sunday day and she didn't want to go, right? And I got her to make a compromise that, all right, I won't force you to go right now or call the ambulance if you think you're going to be okay. But tomorrow we're going to see your doctor. And that's so first thing I woke up was I left messages for like the nurse of her doctor. And that's the route we went. And like I was playing Call of Duty to get my mind off of it because I was worried about her, right? I didn't care like what I was actually doing that day very much, but like in my head I'm like, I want these people to call me back. I could sit in the living room and sit or look at the phone, or I could have came in here and played Call of Duty and maybe the phone call would have came quicker. That's the true story behind it, but nobody wants to hear the true story. They won't like Wings doesn't care about his wife or something like that. I mean, this is technically saying it to his face. It's not like this video is not going to be shared to every like re-upload channel out there in the fucking world. Hey, Grayson. Grayson, it's funny because I bought you to be friends with Rocco and you were never friends with Rocco. And now you're my only cat. I love you though, buddy. Wings hates on his cat. Yeah, Rocco had kidney failure. Oh, trust me, people gave me issues with Rocco too. Like people act like I killed Rocco because I wanted to kill Rocco. It's like, no. Rocco was suffering. Rocco was a large breed cat that was suffering. So instead of watching him slowly pass on and starving himself to death, I decided to put him down. Like big cats have a history of kidney failure. Like it's one of the things that takes cats out. And Rocco was almost 13 years old. So he was the old cat. I got Rocco when he was 8. So Rocco was an old cat when I got him. Like Grayson, you're about to turn 7. So you're almost the age I got when I got Rocco. Grayson was like 2 when I got him. Yeah, Rocco was my best friend. Don't tell Bailey. She's right here. But yeah, Rocco was my best friend. Rocco spent all day with me. Like, Bailey will spend time with me if I'm outside the room. But Rocco spent all day with me. Like, anytime I was in here, Rocco usually was in here. Ski Mask Andy. Like this buddy right here. This little sweetness. Because Grayson is the sweetest cat I've ever had. Like, I love Rocco to death, but Grayson is way sweeter than Rocco ever was. Stone Cold, sure. That's not Stone Cold. That's McJuggernaut's dad. That's Psycho Dad. And I remember one day I walked in to find Grayson, like, he was laying in, like, the foyer, and he had, like, vomited, like, this white foam up, and he was just laying there, just breathing, like, you know, that hard breath, like, right next to the vomit. And I touched him, and like he didn't really react, and he's like, so I'm like, I know how to test if he's really sick. So I went and got, like, the whiskey's treats, and I shook the bag, and, like, normally Grayson is on the counter the second you shake the bag. He didn't move. I'm like, he's hurt. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's hurt. So, like, that's when we learned he was blocked. Like, he had gotten blocked, and, like, his bladder was about to explode on him. So he had to have emergency surgery. And then the veterinarian came and did a leg lariat on Daddy in the waiting room, asking for money. But he's good now. So he's called Dr. Grayson because I've spent about $4,500 on this free cat. Hey, Lone Survivor, long time no see, man. Hope you have a great night. Shout out to Roku. I really hope Kelly feels better. I am Deathblade. I'd have to look for it, Lone Survivor. But I'll give it a shot, man. Thank you for the $10. Because, like, when I got Grayson, like, it was, like, free adoption at the shelter. And it was a kill shelter, so they were just trying to get the cats out so they didn't have to put them to sleep. And I got him, he was sick. Like, he has like, arthritis, so he has, like, pain pills we got to buy. And, like, he had, like, I forgot what they're called. Like, he had, like, these ear mites in his ears, and, like, he had, like, kennel cough and all this stuff. He was a sick cat. So, like, I've got a lot of money wrapped up into him right now. What should you know going into Sekiro? Sekiro isn't like all the other From Software games. And it's not about dodging. It's a mixture between dodging and parry. But parry is the main instance of the game itself. So, like, it's a game about being aggressive and learning to parry, so get good at it. And don't forget about your prosthetic. Like, my first playthrough, I hardly used any of the prosthetic tools, and they can change in complete boss fights. And I am not going to spoil it, but there's a boss fight about 70% of the way into the game that a prosthetic you'll use will change the whole boss fight. And I'm not going to tell you what boss fight it is or what prosthetic, but there's one out there. What games you looking forward to this year? Any chance we'll see a rematch of Syndicate? The rematch is probably no. There's probably no chance for the rematch to happen, because we were reaching out to Syndicate and offering to pay him money to come to Las Vegas next month and have the 1v1 rematch happen, right? Like, that was the backup plan if Phil didn't want to do it. and he said no. He said he wanted no part of anything that would bring me glory. So like, there's that. Um, so the syndicate thing's probably almost off the table at this point. Um, Games I'm looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to the Tomb Raider remaster. I'm hoping that they finally remaster System Shock for the consoles. That's the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm looking forward to the new Call of Duty because I'm kind of into Call of Duty right now. What route am I doing in Baldur's Gate 3? Right now I'm just playing it with Loose Goose Moose, or, I've seen pigs fly, which is his PlayStation tag. And I'm playing like a sword bard warlock. I don't know. I'm letting him pick the routes because I don't really care. I've done all the routes. Thoughts on Chris Sale? Do you want the long-winded or the short-winded? Short-winded is Chris Sale is going to be replacing Charlie Morton whenever Charlie Morton decides to retire as the old man on the pitching staff. The long-form content of it is Chris Sale complements our rotation because other than Spencer Strider with his slider, none of our rotation is left to right movement. Almost everything is up and down movement. Like everything's a big curveball or a changeup, right? Because you got to look at Max Fried. Max Fried's a curveball pitcher with a nice changeup. Ian Anderson, two-seam fastball that has a lot of downward movement, and a changeup with a lot of downward movement. Chris Sale, mainly a cut fastball kind of guy. He likes to throw cutters in on left-hand guys. And then he likes to throw a cutter that kind of cuts away from right-hand guys. It's a weird setup, but it complements it. And if you sandwich Chris Sale in between like Charlie Morton and like Max Fried, like it's gonna make a very hard series for a lot of teams. Thanks for the streams, Pimp, the number one guy. Thank you for the $20 donation, man. Thank you so much. I think Chris Sale is going to be an excellent addition. I don't think he's going to be our ace by any means. I think he's going to be a solid number 3. I think he's not going to put 4 ERA up, but I'm almost certain he's going to put like a 3.2 ERA up. He's going to win 10 to 14 games out of like the 25 he starts. So he's probably going to be 1 for 1 or a little better than 1 for 1, but he's going to give a different look and probably give you a competitive match every time he goes out there. And that's pretty much all you can ask for at this point. And there's other benefits other than just what he can pitch. There's a whole bevy of pitchers like Darius Vines and Smith Shawver and guys like that, or even Spencer Strider, who's in his 3rd season, that could learn a lot from like a Cy Young Award pitcher. Like Charlie Morton's a great guy, and I think he's a better pitcher now than he was when we first drafted him, right? Because Charlie Morton, I feel like he's better at the back end of his career than the front end of his career. But Charlie Morton was never a Cy Young Award winning pitcher, right? Chris Sale is. Chris Sale has the knowledge to make good pitchers, even if he doesn't have the mechanical skill himself anymore. And that's part of the reason you pay him what you pay him, to basically mentor young arms and people in the bullpen and stuff like that. I think Chris Sale was a good pickup, especially all you gave up was Vaughn Grissom and you got some money back in return. That's a good pickup. Visual torrent. Best way to reach me is to respond on Twitter. Just respond to something I say on Twitter, and I'll follow you, and then you can DM me. I don't keep my Twitter DMs open because most of the time if I have my Twitter DMs open, it's just people threatening me. That's all it is. And I don't like that. I don't like it. No, I only follow baseball. I don't have Twitter Blue, and I'll probably never have it. I'm not going to pay for Twitter. Like that's one thing I always question Boogie. I'm like, Boogie, for somebody that claims to be broke as you do, you have Twitter Blue and you travel. I'm like, dog, I ain't paying shit. Like I look at things differently than some people. Like especially Boogie. This is something Boogie doesn't do, and I'll say this to his face. If I sign up for something that's $15, like Netflix, I don't look at it as $15. I look at it as like $450 a year, right? Do I want this for the year? Well, that $450 is a little crazy. Like what is Netflix? Like $10 would be $120, and then half that again, so $200, right? It's $180. Let's just call it $200. Would I pay $200 for 1 year of Netflix? Most of the time, the answer is no. That's why I don't have Netflix. Because I always try to drag things out, like especially if it's something that's monthly, right? That's why I don't have cable. Like cable around here is like $70 a month, right? And that's like $900 a year. Would I pay almost a rack to watch commercials on TV? No fucking chance. No fucking chance. I'm paying for HBO Max right now. That's because I wanted to watch a TV show on HBO Max. The second I'm done with that TV show, getting canceled. It's getting fucking canceled. I am not paying for it. I don't want to say what show, because the second I say what show, somebody will come in here and ruin it for me. Visual Torment, thank you for the entertainment and help bring on that chili. All right, Visual, send me a message and I'll send you a can. I'll send you this can. I'll sign it. You ain't got to send me one. Just send me a message with like your address. I think Jack Reacher in that an Amazon show. I don't do Amazon because of the way Twitch treated me. I know it doesn't give a fuck, and Jeff Bezos doesn't know who the fuck I am. But the way Twitch threw me under the bus and cut my income in half without giving a second fuck about me, I'm like, I'm canceling my Amazon Prime subscription. You know? Is Thermite's gun one of the hardest hitting in the game? That's statistical, yes. It's easily one of the hardest hitting in the game. It does like, what, 49 damage? Do I think it's one of the best in the game? Nah, it's middle of the road. But like, you don't pick characters for guns, you pick them for utility. Well, I look at it like this way, right? I was in my own little corner. I didn't do anything to anybody. I streamed Call of Duty. And I was making them $25,000 a year. Easy. Easy $25,000 a year. And because people wanted to like spam me with shit and I defend myself offline, you kick me? I think the worst part about the Twitch partnership is they gave me my 10-year Twitch partner fucking t-shirt like a month after they canned me. Like the t-shirt was already in the mail when they canned me. To look at it differently, when people started fucking with my YouTube stood by me. Like they gave me a YouTube member. not so much a member, but like a representative and everything like that. And it's like they like, yeah, people are just fucking with you. But here's the thing, Thorax the Impala. You might not remember this, but like when I was streaming on Twitch, I was pulling 800 to 1,000 viewers a stream. Like I was on the cusp of becoming a big streamer. Thorax, the reason I don't go back is the last time I touched Twitch, I was banned within 45 minutes because somebody would donate and like spam like the N word, and then like Twitch is not run by people anymore, it's run by bots. And if enough people mass report you, they'll just ban you instantly. The Shohei Ohtani $700 million deal shouldn't exist. I understand why Shohei Ohtani did it. It pretty much guarantees that he don't have to worry about money the rest of his life. But the fact that he's only going to make $2 million per year for most of his contract, which allows the Dodgers to become like a dynasty because they can spend that money on other players, is bullshit. Right? Straight bullshit. You're already one of the wealthiest teams in baseball, and now you get a guy on a $700 million deal that you don't really have to pay, right? Because Shohei Ohtani makes $50 million a year just off like an advertisement. He don't give a fuck about money, right? And then he's gonna get a lump sum payment when he's out of baseball. Like he's just gonna one day he's gonna be sitting at home, you know, chilling with his dog, and there's a guy gonna show up like, hey, mail's here, and there's like a $680 million check. Right? Life's good. But I think it's bullshit. Like, because like Shohei Ohtani taking that deal allowed him to get Yoshimitsu, which is an all-star pitcher from Japan as well. And it, you know, it allowed him to go out there and just like spend big money on other players, and like it's unfair, right? If I was a Giants or Padres fan right now, I'd be fucking fuming. Like I'm a Braves fan, and like we're doing well right now, right? But Braves have a lot of homegrown talent, right? Like we had Freddie Freeman, we had Austin Riley, you know, Ozzie Albies. We traded for Swanson. But, you know, that was just a good trade. A lot of our, like Michael Harris, like we have a lot of homegrown talent that we worked and like cultivated. And we sucked ass for like, I don't know, good 5 years to get. Whereas the Dodgers are going out there just dropping money by being like the National League Yankees. I didn't watch DSP's stream, but like I mean, like if you want to watch, go watch it. I mean, if you want to come in here just to dog on like his wife, I'm not gonna entertain that. What's my favorite Doom game? I want to say Doom 2016, but I feel if I had to choose between Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I'd pick Eternal. I feel like Doom Eternal has a much better and more fun gameplay loop, but Doom 2016 is more satisfying story beats to it. Like waking out of the coffin and like destroying people and like getting the Predator suit. Like I remember the first time I watched that. Matter of fact, let's watch that right now. Like it's so fire.
They are
So fire. Look at this shit right here.
They are rage, brutal, without mercy. But you
Give me a second. I'm moving the chat over.
will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
This guy can't play.
We have to contain this.
Cannot determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Resop satellite is brought back online.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
He cannot be allowed to leave this place. He will ruin everything.
Like this right here got me to buy this game right here. Just
I'm
right
willing
here.
to take full responsibility for the horrible events of the last 24 hours, but you must understand. Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Oh, dude, that video sucks so much ass. You didn't put the shotgun cock in it? Lame. Lame. Yeah, it's like 3 in the morning and we're playing Doom. You're not going to get a whole lot of viewers on Doom. Dude, that game is $4 right now on PlayStation Store. So if you never experienced Doom 2016, it is the best example of first-person shooters ever. It's only one up by its sequel, Doom Eternal. You can hit him with the fire ass poetry. Shotgun shells are red. Demons are nocturnal. Halo might be infinite, but Doom is the eternal. You guys ever listen to like the fucking music? Like, oh my lord, this is gonna demonetize this fucking stream, but it's worth it. I don't really make that much off of them anyway. Goldeneye is the best FPS, but Doom Eternal is a close second. Ooh, I don't know about that. Like, if I worked out, this would be the shit I worked out to. It hadn't even hit the drop yet. It's about to hit the drop here soon. Probably more now than made up of it, honestly. This is just in-game music. Like this isn't something special. It's ridiculous how good they go with the soundtrack. It's building up for another drop right now. get it wrong, but it's coming up. Actually, no, it's not. And I was like, damn. I thought the Rip and Tear was coming up. This is the extended edition. I'll get to you in a minute. This kind of music that they play, you know, when the boss music starts playing, is to let the boss know that you've entered the room. I've always wanted to do like a let's play of like Doom Eternal, like 2016. Like every time like the video starts, it'd be like throw the splash mode, Doom Eternal, and like have like one thing with sound clip where it goes like, you can't just shoot a hole in the surface of Mars. Here comes the rip and the tear. You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Mars.
Oh, fucking Doom is such an amazing series. Like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal are fucking masterpieces of gaming. Like, they don't show it in that video, but if you never played the game, he actually loads himself into the BFG 10,000 and gets shot at the surface of Mars. Epic Gator story. I don't really have an epic Gator story. I have two stories though about gators. Right. I used to go on the river all the time, and we have two major rivers here. We have the Big PD and we have the Walkamaw. And I would always go out in the boat. I should start with the other story first. Back in like 2008, 2009, 2010ish, like I think a show called Swamp People was real popular here, like on the History Channel. And Swamp People, my stepfather at the time, which he's no longer my stepfather, he was obsessed with Swamp People. Like, he would watch every episode. Dudes would come here to like Gander Mountain, and he would go over there and get the autograph and shit like that. This is like at the time, like a 45-year-old man trying to get another dude's autograph to catch big gators. Troy Landry, king of the swamp, catching big gators all his life. Well, regardless, I pointed it out to him one day how fake the show was, because like he thought like the show was like real. I'm like, do you really think the cameraman is sitting under the water every time they reach their hand into the water with the big gator in the water with them? Like, that's what you call B-roll. Like, the cameraman's not going to be down there where the gators are at. Like, they literally have their hand like wading through the water, waiting for the gator to come. And like, that ruined the whole show for him. But like, and the reason I'm telling that story is to tell this story. After that fact happened, like, you'd go down the banks of the PD and shit like that, and you'd see gators with like their tails cut off because people would be poaching them because they wanted to go gator hunting, but they didn't want to wait to like get tags and shit like that to go gator hunting, right? Because they want to control the population of alligators in South Carolina. So like, you have to get these tags. To get these tags, you got to sign up for this class, and you got to jump through all the hoops, and you're allowed to take a certain number of alligators, and that's it, right? They don't want you to overhunt the alligators. But like, people would just go out there and they would kill alligators, and you'd see them sitting on the banks with like a bullet in their head and their tail missing, because the tail is the part of the meat that everybody wants to buy, right? And the gator is too hard to get. If they carried the whole fucking gator, the game warden would catch them. It's real fishy smelling, but it tastes like chicken. Like, it's almost a white meat. It's like a juicy white meat. It tastes almost like chicken, but it smells like fish. I never liked gator meat or gator tail meat or like shit like that. But it's the most tender part of the gator is the tail. That's what people want to eat. People pay good money for it. It's like a delicacy. And like, when I say it smells like fish, it really smells like fish. Like, you can fry it, because like what you normally do with gator tails, you make them like little balls like this, and you fry them in like a frying pan in like generally like some type of fat. And it smells like fish the whole time. Like, it's such a strong fish smell. Dude, I've never tried snake, but I remember I love watching like those wilderness things. Like, there was this one, and I always bring this story up because I thought it was the funniest shit. there's a show on Discovery. It's called Naked and Afraid, and basically it takes two people, usually a man and a woman, puts them naked in like this remote location for like 30 days. And like there was this one where they were struggling to find food, and it was like in this tropical area. And you know how normally like a snake will be like standoffish, like a snake will like stand there and just like and like have it like try to be like warn you motherfucker to stay away. Not this motherfucking snake. These dudes was hungry. And this snake knew the jig was fucking up. Like, this snake seen these dudes. It was like cooling out on a rock next to like some water. And these guys seen this snake and they're like, snake. And this snake didn't even attempt to fake the funk. Like, he got the fuck out of there. As soon as the camera panned over to him, he was like running for his fucking life. These dudes chased this snake down and beat it to death with a rock. like I was like, you were seeing some real caveman fucking shit on the TV that day. I'm like, good Lord, I've never been that hungry in my life. Like, and when they skinned the snake, like it had worms and shit. Like they pulled the skin back and like you could see like these big like worms that were embedded into like the fucking like inner layer of like the, I don't know what to fucking call it, of the skin of the snake. So, like, they're taking their knife and are, like, trying to cut the worms out the snake to try to find a way to eat it. And I'm like, dog, I hope I never experience this level of hunger that I'm literally willing to, like, deworm a fucking snake to eat it. Cody Lundeen was like legitimate, but like half the guys that they put with him were fucking tools. Like Cody Lundeen made Dual Survival, and then they like the first guy they put with him pretended to be like a scout sniper, and he ended up having like he was like stolen valor type dude, and then they put legitimate like scout snipers with him, but then they had like different like respects, like a guy who's trained to live in the bush to kill like people in a military setting isn't the same as a guy that lives in harmony with nature. So like they really bumped heads like later on in the seasons with like Joe and stuff like that. No, I've never ate frog. Gratefully, my redneck phase ended quickly. I'm much happier being liberal Geordie than I ever was being redneck Geordie. Dude, I if the camera crew wasn't there, there was a bunch of situations that Cody got into that I think they would have died if Cody wasn't there. Like he was so good at what he did. And then there's some shit that I felt like was just for the show. Like there was this one episode where they made Cody like hollow out a tree and build a canoe out of like the husk of a tree. I don't feel like that he'd ever have done that in a real survival situation. Right? Like just the sheer amount of calories it would take to build a fucking canoe when you don't have any source of food. I just don't feel like that's something he would have done. That's too much calorie risk. Oh, by the way, Doom 2016 is on sale for $4 if somebody wants to try the game and you've never played it before. Even if you're going to play it on like normal, it's a treat. It's a treat of a game. but Doom is always better on higher difficulties. See you, Ventorias. I'm probably gonna shut it down here soon. We're going 3.5 hours, and like we only got like 3 people talking in chat right now. So I'm gonna see you guys a little bit later. I want to give a big shout out. Thank you, Lou Sassel, for the donations again, man. Thank you, Visual Torrents. Thank you, the number one guy, for the $25, $30 actually. Thank you, Reg Pocket Shirt. Thank you, Lou, for damn. Lou donated a lot. Donated somewhere there. Thank you, Warren Waller. Thank you, Lou, for like the $30 or $40, dude. Thank you, Orale. Thank you, MK Ultra. MK Ultra running the game. I'll see you guys a little bit later today. I'm Audi 5000. Peace, people.